All right, back one more time. Just did a probably about a 600-mile run on Sunday. Took my interstate, 2015. Haven't had a problem with it once, not a single issue. But I went ahead and took a run. Let's see, I'm in the Seattle area, so I took a run over the Snoqualmie Pass on Sunday. I had a memorial to go to, but I kind of wanted to bring up what I picked for rain gear, because I knew I was going to get wet. I mean, that's just how it is around here. But heading up over Snoqualmie Pass, which has an elevation of roughly around 2,700 feet, tick bit over that, maybe 28. So it's going to be rain, possibility of snow, cold, and then once you get down the pass on the east side, it warms up a little bit on you. So what I decided to pick, basically, I had a nice raincoat. I knew that. I use that at work. Company Tingley. They make it. It's real heavy duty. I mean, it's lightweight, but it definitely keeps the rain out of you. Works great. The wrists are nice. They tighten up nice. I got the Velcro on there that holds it tight. It's elastic. I also had my daughter got me this for Christmas. It's a little neck thing made by turtle fur. Awesome. It fits down. You put it on your head. I mean, it damn near covers your entire head while still going down to your shoulders, almost base of your neck. So once you pull it down over your ears and over your chin, you can still slide your helmet on. It's great. It's real stretchy. I love it. It's elastic. Keeps you warm, definitely. It helps seals up around the neck, base of the helmet, keep chill from getting in. But then I went and I was having an issue finding boots, because all the boots I was looking for them, and they claimed to be waterproof. Yeah, but man, at 70 miles an hour in a 4-hour rainstorm, I don't care what you get, unless you want to spend $300-400 on a pair of boots, you're gonna get your feet wet, and being cold I can deal with, being wet, not at all. So I started off with my hot wired heated liner. I put that on, plugged that in, put my leather in my cut, all my leather on. Then I had a sweatshirt under my leather. Put the raincoat over top of that, followed by the cut. That kept me warm right there. My turtle fur kept my neck warm, so my helmet didn't, get my neck all cold. But for my boots, what I went ahead and did, and I was like, you know what, screw it, no one's going to see it. I have my rain pants on as well. I went ahead and just got me a pair of just these silly old, working for the city, pulling, stormwater division sort of thing, standing in water all day. And I figure, for the 15, or I think these were $24 or something like that. Got them at the hardware store. I kept my feet completely dry. Not an issue. And I figured too, I was just going to be wearing my sweats. It was a long ride. So I put my long johns, pair of sweats. I threw my chaps on over top of my sweats, and then put my rain pants over top of my chaps. Kind of two reasons. I wanted the safety from the leather chaps. If I ever did go down, I'd at least have some, protection from the road with the leather chaps, because they're thick. They're old chaps, so they're twice as thick as what you're going to find in the market now. So I knew it for protection. But then there was also the part where I didn't want them soaking wet when I got to my destination. So I figured I could take my rain pants off. Chaps are still nice and dry. I can strip down somewhere, find a bathroom, go to the hotel room, get dressed. Chaps are bone dry. So That was part of my reason for putting my rain pants over my chaps. But then, because my feet were now dry, they weren't cold. I mean, they were a little, chilly, but a couple pairs of socks fits that up. I knew my rain pants would fit right over top of my boots. You wouldn't even see them. All you'd see is the toe. Who's looking? Who cares? It doesn't matter to me. It's safety. Safety and being comfortable. And for my gloves, I went ahead and actually just went to the same hardware store and got a pair of these thick rubber gloves. You get them in the chemical section. Gardening section has them sometimes, and they're literally, they're leather, they're rubber all the way up to the top. So I took my hot wired, because it plugs right into my liner, took my hot wired gloves, put them on first, got them all wired in, slid my gloves over, and I was hoping they weren't blue. Black would have been a little nicer, but again, it's not always about how you look when you're, shooting down a mountain in a group at 60 miles an hour, raining weather, it's cold. You got 5-6 foot tall snowbanks on either side of the freeway. Luckily the pass was dry, so we did luck out. But that was my that was my rain gear choice for the ride. It was all in all 600 miles for the day, roughly thereabouts. So, but yeah, I was dry. A little cold, but I'd much rather be cold than wet, because once you get wet on a bike, your trip's almost done. You can't stop shaking, because the cold and the wet together. I'd much rather be cold than wet. But it was a good run. It was a cheap buy. I think the boots were $25, the gloves were $6 or $7. So for $30, $35, I was dry. My raincoat I already had. I got that through work. It was got $100 and something bucks. All safety, got the reflective on it, so you're visible. And that was another reason I wore the jacket, was just visibility. When it's raining and everyone's texting and no one's watching the road anymore, you kind of want to stand out a bit, So I didn't mind that. I decided to take tail gunner position and just stick out back behind the group. Be the one the cars see. When they come shooting around the corner, they see me. In front of me is a group of people. I'll play safety if I have to. Whatever keeps you, whatever gets you home alive, man. So. But hey, that's just a stupid little video by me on riding in the rain. The gear you want to wear. And riding in the rain is not that difficult. It's basic common sense. You slow down a little bit. You pay attention. Make sure people see you. Maintain your lane. Just slow down. Be smooth. That's the biggest thing with wet riding. Being smooth. Don't jam into a corner real hard steering. You'll put her down. You gotta watch out for the little tar snakes. You gotta watch out for those. Those will bite you. So it is nice to, if you are behind somebody, kind of keep an eye on where they're riding, because hopefully the person in front of them has seen these snakes and now the line's out of the lane. You're not riding on top of them. But if you got no one in front of you, you're riding by yourself, just, keep looking down, check your line. You'll see them. When it's wet, they kind of stand out, so they get all shiny on you, and you'll know where they are. But, alright, I think I've wasted enough time here yammering about how to ride in the rain. A little bit, just a tiny little touch on that, but basically it was about the rain gear, what to wear. You want to stay dry, go for what you know is going to work. Don't, I'm sure I could have gone online and spent $500 on a pair of some fancy rain boots and some killer gloves. I could have gone nuts and broke getting gear that's going to look good. But hey, you're just trying to stay alive. Alive and dry. When you're dry, you can pay more attention. You're more focused. You're soaking wet, cold. shaking. You almost don't care. You're just in a deadline to get home as fast as you can. So, staying dry helps you. Slow down a little bit. You know, take your time. You get there when you get there. Relax. You got to stop a couple extra times. Warm up a little bit. Give yourself a minute. That's fine. Whatever, you know. But, alright. I'm done. I'm out of here. You kids keep it safe. Play nice. One final look. I still think she's pretty. Runs like a top. No problems at all. So, alright. Later.